Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a video today on a Pinterest-inspired recipe I found called Creamy Chicken Artichoke Lasagna, I think is what it's called. And I will put the link to the recipe in the bottom bar here if you guys want to try it after you see what it looks like. But I'm going to kind of walk you through the recipe as I make it, and then I'll show you the final product and see how good it is. So, I think we're ready to get started. Alright, so I got my recipe printed off here. It's called Creamy White Chicken and Artichoke Lasagna. And it's super easy looking. I mean, you basically just have to cook the noodles and the chicken, and everything else is kind of just canned or packaged, and it looks super easy. So the first thing you need to do is heat your oven to 350, and then you also need to boil your water for your lasagna noodles. This recipe calls for 12 lasagna noodles cooked. So I will show you my ingredients over here. Basically what you're going to need is 2 cups of cooked chicken breasts, which I have here from a couple nights ago. We did tacos, I think is what it was, so I just had some leftover cooked chicken. You're going to need a can of artichoke hearts, and they need to be chopped. I got the quartered, so I think they might be okay not to chop them, but I'm going to have to see. And then 8 ounces of mozzarella cheese. It suggests the kind with a touch of Philly, so I got that. But you're also going to be adding in 2 packages of the Philadelphia cream cheese, so 16 ounces total. You're going to need a half cup of Parmesan cheese, some garlic powder. I'm using whole wheat, whole grain lasagna noodles tonight. A cup of milk, and it calls for a half a cup of chopped sun-dried tomatoes, but I didn't feel like finding them, so I'm just going to use one of our garden tomatoes that we got from our neighbor because they looked super good. And then it also calls for a 4th cup of basil, which I'm not going to be using tonight. We just don't really like the flavor of basil, so I'm going to try it without. But, you know, go ahead if you like basil, add that in there. So now we're going to get started. Okay, so I have my noodles boiling here. I need to give them a little stir. So those have been cooking for about 5 minutes. They probably need a couple more, but you don't want to overcook them because you are going to be baking this lasagna as well. Over here I've combined the chicken, the artichokes, the mozzarella, and the tomatoes, and you're just going to stir this until it's combined. And then in my mixer I have put the 2 packages of cream cheese, and now I'm going to add the milk and the garlic powder, and we're going to beat this until it's well blended. Okay, so just a little helpful tip I just discovered here. Before you add the milk to the cream cheese in the blender, make sure the cream cheese is already mixed and all smooth and creamy, and then add your milk a little at a time. Otherwise you're going to have a huge mess like I did. Milk went everywhere, and that is why it kind of looks like all chunky, because the cream cheese wouldn't really blend after I put the milk in. So just make sure you blend your cream cheese pretty well before you put the milk in. So after I got all of that somewhat blended, you put half of the cream cheese mixture in your 13x9 pan, and then the other half goes into our chicken and tomato mixture over here. And now we're just going to start basically layering. So we're going to put 3 noodles down in the bottom of our pan, and then add a third of the chicken mixture, and then repeat until all the noodles and cream cheese mixture are gone. And then we're going to top it with the rest of the mozzarella. So I'll show you what it looks like here after I get it all assembled. Alright guys, so here's the final product before going in the oven, and it looks pretty good. So we're going to put it in the oven at 350 for 25 minutes. It does need to be covered with foil before you put it in, so make sure you do that. And I will see you in 25 minutes. Here is the lasagna out of the oven. It looks pretty good, so we're going to try it out. Hey.
Hey.
What do you think of the lasagna?
It's just okay.
What does that mean?
It means it's good, but it's not great. I would probably eat it, but only if I had
to. Well, I like it. I don't know. I think it's different from regular lasagna, and it's a good change. So I'm gonna eat it. Leftovers. But yeah, it's probably not something that I'll be making a lot of.